How can I find pawn sacrifice opportunities? Are you curious about how to spot chances to sacrifice a pawn in chess? It can be a game changer when done right. Let's break down how to identify those moments effectively. First, start by evaluating the position on the board. Look for key squares that are vital for controlling the game or attacking your opponent's king. If giving up a pawn allows you to occupy or influence these squares, it could be a smart move. For instance, if sacrificing a pawn removes a defender of the enemy king or opens a file for your rook, you might increase your chances of launching an attack. Next, consider the activity of your pieces. Sometimes your own pawns can block your pieces from being effective. If a pawn sacrifice can clear the way for your bishops, rooks, or queen to become more active, it might be worth it. An active piece can create more threats and opportunities. Tactical motifs are another area to explore. Pawn sacrifices can often lead to immediate tactical threats like forks, pins, or discovered attacks. If sacrificing a pawn puts pressure on your opponent's king or forces them to defend, it can be a powerful tactic. You should also assess the balance between material and positional gain. When you sacrifice a pawn, you are temporarily down in material. Only proceed if you gain a clear positional advantage, such as control of important squares or open lines. Ideally, the sacrifice should lead to a situation where your opponent's position becomes harder to defend. Planning ahead is essential. Before you sacrifice a pawn, calculate your opponent's possible responses. Make sure you have a follow-up plan in place. The sacrifice should fit into a broader strategy to improve your position or initiate an attack. Lastly, consider using openings and gambits as learning tools. Some openings involve pawn sacrifices to gain quick development and initiative. Studying these can help you understand when and how to effectively use pawn sacrifices. During your games, keep asking yourself if giving up a pawn can open lines for your pieces or disrupt your opponent's defense. Identify defenders of the enemy king or critical squares that can be targeted by removing a pawn. Look for moments when your pieces feel cramped by your own pawns and think about whether a sacrifice can free them. Timing is also key. Sacrifices are often more effective when your pieces are active and your opponent's king is vulnerable. By focusing on controlling key squares and improving piece activity through pawn sacrifices, you can increase your attacking chances and create dynamic play. Always ensure that your sacrifice is backed by a clear plan and careful calculation to avoid losing material without gaining anything in return.